In this video, we're going to give you a motivation cheat code hack to help your chances of success. I know it can be hard to get yourself to continue moving forward in the program as your initial excitement of starting this journey begins to die down as you move through the lessons of the course. That's why I want to give you some motivation cheat code hacks to help you get through it. We're going to go over the emotional cycle of change, the growth zone, your shadow self, your alter ego, and implementation intentions, which will all work together to help you stay consistent and allow you to complete this program and get your first job in IT. So, first, what is an identity? Simply put, an identity is a series of behaviors and stories. Some of these stories and behaviors are taught to us by the world around us, like our family, friends, and experiences. Others are ones we decide to learn and practice ourselves. These stories and behaviors are like a pair of glasses through which we see the world. They shape how we act, and how we act influences how the world responds to us. These stories and habits make each of us see the world in our own unique way. That's why two people can experience the same thing but understand it differently. What does that mean? Simply put, that means it's impossible for your current identity to get you to an IT career. That's why, as I mentioned before, you need to allow the old version of yourself to die before the new version of yourself can take over. But whenever we hit a certain point in growth, the boundaries of our comfort zone, we're struck by our subconscious shadow self. This shadow self is the side of you that suppresses you. It holds you back from reaching your full potential by telling you that you're not smart enough. It tells you that you should be watching TV instead of working on this program. It tells you that you don't have enough time to spend on this program to change your life. It tells you that you're stuck in your current position and won't be able to move into an IT career, despite me telling you that I, along with many others, have already made that career transition. It uses the old stories of yourself, the stories others have of you, your old traumas, and anything else it can use to suppress the infinite possibilities of your core self. Your shadow self's main goal is to keep you safe, but it's overprotective. It keeps you from being uncomfortable, but once you get to that point of growth, at the edges of the comfort zone, on the other side is your new identity, and with it, new behaviors and actions for your next goal. You see, whenever we go through a change, we hit the 5 stages of the emotional cycle of change. First, we're in uninformed optimism, where we're excited about a new phase of our lives with new potentials and possibilities. Then we reach informed pessimism, where, as we get deeper into our new phase, we realize that it's not as easy as we once thought. We start facing obstacles and challenges that make us realize our cost of change. Then we hit the valley of despair, which is our lowest point. This is the point where most people give up. This is the point we tend to believe the negatives, our cost of change, outweighs the positives. But if you were to stick to it, you'd reach informed optimism. Informed optimism is a stage where we get better and better at what we're doing to the point that our chances of success actually increases. You're back on the positive side of things and you start seeing the benefits of your new behaviors and actions. Finally, you reach success and fulfillment. This is where you finally see the fruits of your labor, your efforts, and your new identity. You realize the cost of change was worth it after all. So, what's the cheat code hack we can use to help us zoom through these stages and burst past the growth and comfort zones? Creating an alter ego, like Black Mamba for Kobe Bryant, Slim Shady for Eminem, Sasha Fierce for Beyonce, 85-year-old mentor Alex for Alex Hormozy, The Rock for Dwayne Johnson, The Kraken for Greg Hardy, The Distinguished Self for Martin Luther King Jr. The list goes on of high performers using an alter ego. And those are only some of the ones we have public knowledge about. You too can create an alter ego to fend off your shadow self. We already have multiple personalities in our different fields of play, as Todd Herman puts it in his book, The Alter Ego Effect. A field of play is just a role you show up in. For example, your career is a field of play. Your family is a field of play. Your friendships are a field of play. We act slightly different in each one. We can build an alter ego for our career field of play to make the right decisions for us. Our alter ego can help us to activate our true inner self. Our inner self is often buried and suppressed by our shadow, which uses our old beliefs, our traumas, or beliefs from society to hold us back. Our alter ego can blast through those narratives of our shadow self because those narratives don't apply to our alter ego. It's hard to imagine doing something like becoming a network administrator if you've never been one before. But it's much easier to imagine someone else doing it. That someone else will be your alter ego, which goes on a mission for you on your career field of play to help you finish this program and succeed in your first IT job. Our alter ego is our most powerful self, our ally. For this to work, you first need to name your shadow self. Give it a form and an identity. Is it a person, an animal, a creature? Is it big like a dragon? Or small and scared like a puppy? By giving it an identity, that makes it much easier to have your alter ego battle it. Then we need to create our alter ego. Give it an identity and a form. You can find traits you like to have in a fictional character if you like. Is it Superman, never giving up? Is it Wonder Woman, always kicking ass? Just make sure you have a positive feeling about your alter ego. When I was working at a collection agency to continue learning IT, after I quit my policing job, I was asked to choose an alias on the phone. I chose Tony Xanatos. Why Xanatos? Because in Disney's 90s cartoon Gargoyles, David Xanatos was the king of smart and cool. He was a savvy businessman that always won, even when he lost. He even saw going to prison as simply a learning opportunity. He was also very smart with technology, having created the robot gargoyles and his exoskeleton suit. That alias became my identity on the phone. That identity made me one of the top salespeople in my group. But the confidence with that identity is also what allowed me to get my first IT job at that same company. I spoke up and made my voice heard after a year of being told to shrink back while I was working in the NYPD. Alter egos work. Choose an alter ego that resonates with you and that will help you to stick to this program and get your first network admin job. Once you create your alter ego, you need a way to activate them. We do this using a totem. It could be a piece of jewelry like a ring you spin or a chain or necklace you put on. It could be the action of sitting a specific way in your chair when you have a computer in front of you. It could be the act of just going through this course and program. Whenever you feel your shadow self try to pull you back into your old identity or your comfort zone, do a quick reset of your alter ego. Spin the ring again, take on and off the bracelet. Stand up from the chair and sit back in your alter ego position. Switch tabs on your browser to leave the program and come back to it. What's important is that you keep a playful attitude with your alter ego. Imagination works better in a positive, playful mindset. Use it to help your alter ego show you the true potential inside. Let it be your inner tech warrior. The last cheat code I have is to set up implementation intentions. Implementation intentions set up yourself and your new behaviors for success by creating a code in your brain. You create an if then statement, such as, if it's 5 p.m. on a weekday, then I will sit at my computer. If it's 5 p.m. on a weekday and I'm sitting at my computer, then I will open the Inner Tech Warrior program. We're essentially setting cues for ourselves to enact certain behaviors. It's exactly what we're doing with the totem to activate our alter ego. If I put on these glasses, or spin this ring, or sit in this new posture, then I become my alter ego, which has a whole new set of behaviors. So, to recap, we've learned about how the emotional cycle of change works and why most people fail, how the growth zone is where our new identity and goals lie, just beyond the edges of our current comfort zone, how our shadow self tries to hold us back from breaking through the boundaries of our comfort zone, how we can use our alter ego to blast past the comfort zone by giving us a whole new set of stories, beliefs, and behaviors, and how we can use implementation intentions to activate our alter ego and make us stick to our new behaviors, which will lead us to becoming the inner tech warrior that already lives inside of us, so we can successfully career transition into IT professionals. Before we end this lesson, I'm going to ask you to make a commitment to yourself. And what is a commitment? A commitment is a decision to eliminate other options. That means eliminating excuses, eliminating other time consuming activities, eliminating time you spend with others, at least for a season of your life while you pursue your career transition. After this video, go to the next lesson, which will be a series of questions to help you determine your shadow self and alter ego, followed by a self attestation, a personal declaration about your commitment to your career transition and affirming your determination to achieve your goals. Think of it as your first action using your alter ego. I'll see you in the next video.